Hey, I just got a DM and it's a good one, so let's talk about it. What if the will and awareness keeps becoming aware of all the negative things in life and focusing on those things? Like, for example, focusing on the injustices in the world right now. Or what if I'm depressed and I keep focusing on all the negative things in my life and being aware of that? I get angry and upset at the world and my life. But am I just supposed to be aware of it and accept it? I'm to the point where I don't even care about anything anymore because it feels overwhelming and makes me sad and frustrated. My dear, we have come to the moment of reckoning, because if you want me to give you a simple answer, there isn't one. There's a reason why it's called the eye of the needle, because not very many pass through it. Spiritual work is not easy. It's not for the mentally lazy. It's not for those who want to fall into the addiction to hopium. It's not for those who want to be consumed in the language of wishful capitalism called manifestation. There's nothing to change. The entirety is manifest. The all-seeing eye of consciousness, the infinite mind, consciousness at large, collapses its own waveform into manifest reality, of which the finite mind, called by your name, is a part. It's all already manifest. It's a singularity. It is. There's nothing to manifest, to create, to change, to avoid. And that's the truth. On an absolute level, that is the truth. On the relative level, in the experience of the attenuated finite mind, given whatever your name is, because of the nature of the finite mind that looks back on itself in the form of the infinite universe, it perceives time and space. And so we think that things are unfolding through time and space, and that consciousness is evolving, and that things are moving, and that there's infinite universes and levels of consciousness. All of those are appearances. Okay? And I'm laying all of this on you because if you want the real answer to your question, then you can't look for that answer in the appearance. Let's use the example of the current war. If the entirety is manifest and there is no duality, then there's no right and wrong. There's no need to pick a side, because the entirety is just playing itself out. And there's only the apparent right and wrong, given the standpoint of a finite mind. A finite point of consciousness that has assumed onto itself belief systems that color its point of view. Now, that's not what most people want to hear, because they want the satiation of an ego. They want that hit of dopamine, of being right. And look, I get it, okay? I get it. That's not what gets me fired up, but other shit gets me fired up. Like 5 seconds ago when I was scrolling, I saw a video of a green-cheeked conure, a little parrot bird, that's been in a cage alone at Petco for a year. And that's his life, because human beings can't let animals be free. He's supposed to be flying free in the rainforest, and we can't just let shit be. See, if you've ever seen that movie, that Michael Douglas movie from the 90s, Falling Down, that's the kind of shit that's my last straw. My falling down moment is the abuse of the innocence. And so I empathize with how you feel about whatever it is that's drawing you in to the drama. The only difference between you and I is that I've gone so far into my meditative practice that I'm no longer looking at the movie. Awareness is no longer looking at the drama. Awareness has turned back on itself to look at what's looking. Long ago, I made peace with the fact that I cannot change the hologram. I can only make my own peace with it. I have practices in place that allow me to take full responsibility for my projections, what draws me into the hologram. And I analyze those emotions, and then I remedy them within me. I'm not here to tell you to feel nothing and to do nothing. All I can advise you to do is to take the conscious effort to refocus your attention away from the appearances in the holographic reality and turn that perceiver back on itself. This is why self-inquiry is the most important spiritual practice. A lot of things in our culture right now classify themselves under the umbrella of spirituality. They have nothing to do with spirituality. Spirituality is the investigation of the spirit, that which precedes appearances. And so you can't find that which precedes appearances in the realm of appearances. You can't do that. You have to turn the perceiver back on itself. And that's difficult. It requires discipline and hard work. In the moment when you're being sucked into the drama of the hologram, you have to reorient your consciousness back on itself to investigate what is the I that is angry right now. What is the I that perceives this injustice? And once you're situated in the seat of consciousness, stay there. There's no duality and there's no injustice in consciousness. There's only duality, the appearances of injustice, and everything else. Once the perceiving consciousness looks out into the infinite refraction. And it has to be that way. The infinite refraction is always going to tell a partial story from the point of view of the finite mind. And so we have infinite finite minds arguing amongst themselves. And it's so ironic, this really takes us full circle, because that's the root of the war you're talking about in your question. Finite minds arguing over who's right and who's wrong, when none of them, for even a moment, have bothered to investigate what the I is that perceives it. Spirituality is not about escaping into the realm of appearances, changing the realm of appearances, getting everything that you want. Do you not think that after 4,000 years of sitting on their asses at the top of the Himalayan mountains, the Buddhists and the Hindus and the ancient schools, if it was possible to get anything they want, don't you think that they would have revealed by now how to heal all disease? when in fact, every profoundly insightful guru that I can think of was ridden with disease, and that was the resistance, the blade against which their consciousness was honed, focused. Because the outer reality becomes so insufferable. This is my story too. The outer reality was so insufferable, the only thing left to do is go in as far as you can. It's not easy. It takes focus. And this app is the problem, part of the problem. So it's ironic as hell that I deliver these long-ass lectures on this clock app that is siphoning your attention when it's the only algorithm that will show me any love. So here we sit together. Get off this app and go investigate who you are. And do that for months, years. Years. There's no quick fix. The inner realm is infinite. The outer universe is literally the refracted projection of the inner realm. It's the inner realm that's infinite. You must go there. You must investigate who you are. You must resolve all wars internally. You must resolve all injustice internally. You must resolve all dualities for yourself. And then it's very rare that the appearance draws you in. The great war can be raging right next to you, and you wouldn't even notice, because you are the peace. All wars are resolved within you. If they knew what the hell they were talking about, there wouldn't be a war. That's their lesson to learn. It doesn't have to be yours. But that takes work. Attention. Attention is the currency. Don't give it away. Turn it back on itself. Go in. All the way. Go all the way in. It's not up to me or any other teacher on earth to tell you what you'll discover when you go in, because that becomes yet another layer of mentality, and yet another belief system, yet another colored gel over the light of your awareness, just something new to see through, which is ego. You don't need that. You need to peel back all your layers and see what's left. Thanks for the question. Love ya.